All right, y'all. This is Katie. I apologize. I'm a little sick, so my voice is a little scratchy, but stay with me. A lot of 10th graders have been asking about how to upload their RSA documents into their Bridge folder so that it's in a safe place where their advisor can see, hey, I'm making progress on my RSAs and I'm ready to present for Bridge. But a lot of students are getting confused about how to actually put this into their Bridge classroom folder. So I want to go through a couple tutorials with you to show you about how to do it. The first thing you're going to want to have is 3 tabs open. You're going to want to have your Gmail open, you're going to want to have your Drive open, and you're going to want to have your Google Classroom open. Now that I'm in Google Classroom, I'm going to go ahead and go into Bridge. So this is the student view. This was as if I was a student. And if I was to go to my classwork, it would say view your work, and I would click right here and it would say, let's see, I got nothing in my Bridge student portfolio. Absolutely nothing in there. So if I was a student, my advisor would be freaking out because they would be like, Katie, why do you have none of your RSA work in your Bridge folder? How are you getting ready for Bridge? So I got to get this fixed up so that it's actually got some good stuff in it. So we'll come back here at the end and see that everything has been filled up. So there's 2 options. One is that you're going to have to upload something from your Drive into your Bridge folder. So it might be this. Maybe you typed up a biology RSA and it's a lab report of some sort, and you want to put this lab report into your Bridge folder. It's actually pretty simple. So I'm going to scroll down to give myself some room. I'm going to right click or 2-finger click and click Move To. And then I have all these folders that I could possibly put them in. Way too many. What you're going to want to look for is the folder that says Classroom, and you're going to click over to the next. And then I've got all my different classes. So I don't want to drop it into my science class. I want to drop it into my Bridge class. So I'm going to click my Bridge student portfolio and click Move Here. And then it's going to vanish from my Drive. That doesn't mean it's gone. It's just in a different folder of your Drive. Now let's see if it actually worked. When I go back to Classroom, I'm going to refresh the page. When I go back to Classroom, I have my folder of my work here. And when I click on it, I now have my lab report as part of my RSA in there. Now remember, it's not enough to just have the piece of work. You have to have the piece of work and the rubric to go together. And so I need to get this rubric from my Drive back into my Bridge folder. So again, let's watch it again. I'm going into my Drive. I'm finding the assignment. I am 2-finger or right clicking, going to Move To. I find the Classroom folder, click Next, and then I pick, of all of my classes, I pick Bridge. Click Next and Move Here. Let's double check and see if it worked. And when I open up this new folder, let's see if I have my lab report and my rubric. Yep, they're both there. Cool. So that is how you move something from your Drive. Maybe it was already there because you had to type it up for class. That's how you move something from your Drive to your Bridge portfolio on the Google Classroom so that your teacher can see that you've actually made progress on it. Now, there's one more thing that you're probably wondering how to do. You're probably wondering, how do I get something that's a paper rubric to this folder? The first step that you're going to have to do, and I'm not going to show you here on the screen, but the first step you're going to have to do is actually take a photograph of it. So you'll get out your phone, you'll take a picture of the rubric. If the rubric has 2 sides, you take a picture of both sides. Once you get that picture taken, you want to email it to yourself. So I went ahead and emailed my rubric to myself. I just titled the email RSA rubric and I attached the photo from my cell phone. I attached it into the email. There are 2 options here once I have my photo. If I click here, I can just see it, but that doesn't put it anywhere. So this is my rubric for my RSA, and I want to click this, which says Add to Drive. Now it's actually in my Google Drive. It just went from my email to my Google Drive. Again, how I did that was I clicked on it here, and there was an icon with a triangle that said add to drive. So that's how I did that. Now let's see if it's in my drive. I'm going to refresh this. Cool. There's my rubric. Now remember, it's not enough to just have it in your drive. You have to have it in your bridge folder. So I'm going to click it just like I did the other ones. I'm going to right click or two finger click and go to move to. I'm going to choose classroom out of all my folders. Then I'm going to pick the correct class, which is bridge. And I'm going to click move here. It disappears from my normal drive. And let's see if it reappears in my bridge folder. Boom, there it is. So now my advisor will stop hounding me about whether or not I'm getting ready for bridge. I can tell her, look, I've got a biology RSA lab report already uploaded. I've got my Spanish RSA rubric, and now let me actually rename this one so that she knows what this is. I'm going to rename this, my first name, Katie Toombs, and this is my RSA rubric for biology. So now I've got my RSA rubric for biology, my RSA for biology, and my Spanish rubric. Obviously what's missing here is my actual Spanish work. So maybe that's the next thing I need to do in advisory. Good luck. Feel free to play around with this and help each other. And I hope that's helpful in how to upload your work.